Hello everyone, it's Carol from Crinkled Path Journals, and I'm back with another Thrifty Thursday. Because when you find good deals, you need to share them on Thursday. And I just keep running across some wonderful deals. So I'm back again this week, and thanks to Sherry from Turquoise Dreaming, who is our Thrifty Thursday host. I'll link her information in the description box below. And if you want to share your thrifty haul, you can go ahead and contact her and have her add you to the collaboration list. I have one thrifty haul from my favorite thrift store, and I usually go by there at least once a week just to check out the books. Some weeks I don't find anything, but usually I'll find one or two, and this week I got a stack of things. And then I also got this haul, which was books that were considered only craft-worthy, no longer in good condition, for a library shelf. I bought a couple patterns. I don't really need to buy more patterns, but every once in a while you just see some and they're like so cute and remind you of something and have to get them. So I got these 80s gals. I remember having a little plaid mini skirt about this length in college and telling my mother-in-law to be that I remember my knees getting really cold, but that the skirt was so cute you had to wear it even if your knees got cold. And she just laughed and laughed over that. So it was so funny. Then we have these little guys, and I don't think I saw a date on this. Let me check one more time. 1950. There's a little bit of staining on this little girl, but it almost feels like I might be able to wash it off. This is paper, but it's kind of glossy, and so maybe it'll come off. I'll give that a try. And then there is this little cutie and her two little drawn counterparts here. This one's from 1977. So that totally something my mom would have put me in if she had a choice. And then this one also looked like a 70s, but it does not have a date. But isn't that sweet? Love the little balloons and these two little girls holding hands. Sometimes, even when you have enough of something, you cannot pass up a good deal. Then I bought 4 books. The 5 Little Peppers stories. There are 2 different versions here. Let me show you the covers on these. Aren't these cute? So these 2, The Adventure of Joel Pepper and Ben Pepper, are originally from 1905. This is the 1937 copy. And I believe this one has the same. Well, this one's 1928. So these may end up going in my collection. I thankfully did not pay much for them, but I'll have to check and see which of them I have and which I don't. And then if I have duplicates, I will go ahead and use some for journals. This is 5 Little Peppers Midway and 5 Little Peppers and How They Grew, the original book, I believe. This is the first story in the series, if I remember correctly. I remember reading them as a kid. I think they're just really classic stories. Then I got Little Miss, First School Days. These were popular in the 80s, and I've seen them make a comeback with some kind of knockoff versions where people are hand drawing them and calling them other temperaments from what the originals were. And then these are really interesting. My aunt used to make Sunbonnet Sue quilts, I have some of her quilt squares and a pattern that she gave my mom because she was going to teach her how to make them. It never got made. So I just have these quilt squares, and I have used some on journal covers in the past. I know I have at least one in my videos of my journal flip throughs, but I had never seen these books from the 80s that have her as a character in the books. These books were done by Jean Ray Lowry and the Quilt Digest Press in San Francisco. But I thought they were really cute. And I don't know that I can cut them up. Even though I think I paid 50 cents for these. But look, there are more. Sunbonnet Sue gets it all together at home. Jeez, we need a lesson from Sunbonnet Sue some days. And then Sunbonnet Sue goes to the quilt show. They're just really cute. And so we'll see if those end up in journals or not. Then I got this little story book, Rainbow Works. 1963 was the original printing, and this is a 1987 copy. I love the 60s illustrations. They're so cute, and all the animals and the children are so sweet. Woolly llama and baby ducks. Anyway, I couldn't pass that one up. Just really sweet illustrations. All right, those were my books that I got at the thrift store. Now I bought this lot set as craft books were what they were labeled because they are in very sad shape. Here's a golden book, missing its cover, has lots of marks on it, but if you open it up, there's plenty of things that, I mean, like they underline the words, but the illustrations are pretty much untouched. And so definitely a candidate for fussy cutting. Somebody drew the chick in the egg there. That's funny. Somebody was grading this book. This page is correct. Correct. Anyway, somebody wanted to be a teacher and wrote on every page. That's great for fussy cutting. These are little practice books for preschool. So first there is a math book, which basically is just shapes. And they had to match and pick which one was longest, which one was shortest. So really beginning math concepts here. But I think they would make really good, interesting journaling pages or journaling cards. Let me look at the date on this one. 1979. So I assume these are all from that same period of time. Yep, 1979, originally from 1975. This is looking at the pictures. It's pre-reading preschool stuff. What do they do? And having children use vocabulary to tell you about what they see, and then letters. And looking at a series of pictures and telling the story. Anyway, I think they're pretty cute, and there are markings throughout, and so that'll be another one where it'll have to be cut apart a little bit to make maybe some journaling cards or something. Children's illustrations and children's subject things tend to be popular across the board because they're so nostalgic. This is practice book. I'm not sure. Tell how each of them feels. Practicing writing, that's what it is. Circles, vertical lines, drawing objects, matching words. Some of these are more scrolled on than others. Then I have a golden fuzzy wuzzy book that Kathy Stark wrote on. It is actually fuzzy. It's flocked. And then there is some staining inside. But the story is pretty much intact. But every single picture of the little dog is flocked with fuzzy little things you can feel. Wish you could see the texture there, but I don't know if it's showing up on the camera. Oh, the puppy went to church. Oh my gosh, these illustrations are so cute. Yep, got some staining. That's really cute. I wish it was in better shape. I'd keep it. Richard Scarry's Find Your ABCs. I have a big collection of Richard Scarry books because they were some of my favorites as a kid. And then I passed some on to my nephew and then somehow got them back at some point. This has a lot of scribbles in it, but there are so many pictures. If you know Richard Scarry books, there are so many little illustrations in it. So I'm sure that I can fussy cut till my heart is content and get plenty out of this book. I have a lot, but I don't have any that I really feel good about cutting up. All mine are still in too excellent of condition. And then we have the Chipmunks. Got some nice vintage subject matter here this time around with these books. This is 1985. There's Dave, all tangled up in his cassette tape. So, see, very 80s. Anyway, thought that was fun. Then I got this waiting room copy of Goodnight Moon, and somebody tried to rip the advertisements out of it. So they would put this in a waiting room at a doctor's office, and you could come in and you could pull out just one of these, mail it in, and send your dollar in, and you would get a free book. I don't know how that's free, but send our first 3 books plus Hello Baby, My Child's Free book, and bill me for just $1 plus shipping and handling. So I guess you got 4 books for $1, and then after that you got 2 new books at $4 each. Here's all the things, and you can tell they tried to rip it out and then they ended up ripping the cover off, so then it ended up in this stack, and I will use the advertisements, so I'm glad they're not gone. This is an Eric Carle. This is one of the newer Eric Carle books that went with Little Machine, this My First Smart Pad. I see them quite often at the thrift store without their cartridges. Eric Carle's collage pictures always have a very, very iconic look to them, and I love them. And they have stood the test of time with children. The Very Hungry Caterpillar and other of his favorite stories are still popular with kids today and were back when I was little. I got this little tiny dinosaur book. Not much market for people who want a dinosaur journal, but I didn't know that there would be a market for somebody wanting a dragon journal, and I did make a dragon journal for someone, and the flip through of that is in my videos. That was a real stretch for me, but it ended up being really fun. I've got some dinosaurs, in case anybody needs dinosaurs. Grow Safe, a golden learning activity book. This is from 1985, and the illustrations really seem 80s to me. And there's some little crafty things in here, but I just really loved the little children illustrations. Again, I think we can definitely think about using some of these pages and illustrations in some 80s journals, and I may even use some in my own. Like, this picture's adorable, and I remember the jungle gym at our school. And there's still some stickers in the back. So 80s. So cute. Then we have a beginning to read book. Oh, another advertisement. This is also 1985. Most of these workbook pages have been done in the front, but then there are blank ones that have not been colored or done in the back. And then there's some more stickers in this one. Oh, fun. Boy, who did not have sticker obsession when they were a kid? I certainly did. Really fun. Then I have a scribbled Sesame Street, Cookie Monsters getting ready for school. This one is 1989. Oh, good. The scribbling is all on the outside of the book. Oh, one page is ripped. Not too bad, though. I love finding deals like this because I don't have to feel guilty at all about tearing them up. Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers. 1989. My nephew was super into these, and my niece. But I thought these are the ones where they would collect the stickers from some kind of, I can't remember if it was gum or if you had to buy sticker packs, or can't remember exactly because it wasn't really my thing. I did do a 80s 90s journal for someone, and they had, I think it was She-Ra and He-Man sticker books like this, and she really wanted some of the pages in her journal, and so they got incorporated in along with some paper dolls of She-Ra. Similar era to this Chip 'n Dale book. So not too many stickers in there, but there are pictures, so that's good. Oh, look at all the Chip 'n Dale memorabilia. Here's another Little Miss Trouble. Again, it's just the cover that seems stained. The pages are okay. They're really cute. And they just scream 80s to me because I remember them in the 80s. I've had a few copies of this. I've used 2 copies already in journals over the years, but can't hurt to have another one because lots of people love Mary Poppins. I knew every song when I was a kid. Had the record. Peter Rabbit, A Top Top Tale. This is 1961. This one just has this chunk off the corner of the cover and this little something like that. Looks like it's going to come off. Maybe I don't want it all over my desk though. But the inside looks like it's in pretty good condition. Oh, a little bit of sticky going on right on this page. Oh, that's so cute. Look at the babies going to bed. The book cover's not in great shape, but the book's fine. This one is very stained. And let's see, we've got some pretty good pictures inside. Everybody had some Berenstain Bears books or checked them out from the library, didn't we? Oh, little scribbles here, but not too bad. Seemed like that was the only page inside. And then we have Elmo, which is very dirty, but inside is fine. Let me check the year on this one. I didn't know Elmo's family was all... I didn't know he had a whole family of Elmos. This is 1988. Next, this cute little Wisecrackers, Jokes and Riddles. It's from 1988. The answers are upside down, and I just think they're funny and cute. And they look very 80s. Look at this. Then we have a Dumbo with no cover. I love Dumbo. It's so sad and so precious. It's got some ripped pages with cellophane tape. Really cute illustrations in this one. I have this already intact, so it's fun to find a copy that's usable. Then we have a Wonder Book, ABC's Counting and Rhymes. 1963. Oh, this one's not in bad shape. I think the cover just needs washing. Oops. Love the covers inside. Oh, one place where it's written in, and then somebody's name inside, but that's in pencil. I think this one might scrub up and be okay. Disney's Lion King. This was book on tape from 1994. I have to tell you, I was pregnant with my daughter, my first daughter, when this came out. And my mom and I took my niece and nephew to see it. And when the music started and the swell of orchestration and the sun rising over the savannah and all the animals, I burst into tears. And I was like, I don't know why I'm crying. And my mom's just like, you're pregnant. But it's been a favorite of my daughters. Both my daughters have loved Lion King. It's also probably because my husband grew up in Africa. His parents were missionaries in Africa when he was a child. And so Africa holds a very special place in our hearts. This is song lyrics from another book on tape, Disney's Children's Favorites. And again, somebody has colored through this, but thankfully, like at least on this page, they didn't color on the pictures. So let's hope. A little bit there. It's crayon, so it's probably not going to come out. But some great pictures of some, like, more rare Disney characters. Chickens. I would have been all over this as a kid. I loved any kind of sing-along records. Then I got this Care Bears Terrible Twos. It's a Random House book. And I think it's just because the cover is so crackly that they threw it in here. Let's see if there's some poked pin things. Okay, now the little boy in the book wrote in the book, but that's part of the story. Care Bears gotta come help out, save the day. It's actually kind of amazing to me. I have quite a few Care Bear books, and usually they're not featured very much in the story. Like, the storyline usually is about some other character, and then they just kind of come in and help them out. So if you're looking for images of the original Care Bears from the 80s, I think this is an 80s book, 83, yeah, you have to look high and low because the books often don't have very many pictures of Care Bears in them. This one's not doing too bad. There's quite a few in this one. That's cute. Loved Care Bears. Probably when I was not supposed to be any longer into Care Bears, but because I was growing up. These Francis books by Russell Hoban were some of my favorite when I first started collecting children's books, and I love the illustrations by Lillian Hoban, and she's done a lot of children's illustrations. So I think this is our little grading child again, giving gold stars or purple stars. Oh, this one's good. It's correct. Oh, darn, it's going to be... Oh, that's too bad. It's going to be almost every page now, it looks like. Well, we'll do our best to get some fuzzy cut images out of this book. There's a whole series of Francis books, and they're all adorable. My daughters loved me reading those to them. Then I got this fairy tale book. It's got Puss in Boots, Hansel and Gretel, the Golden Bird, and Snow White in them. Every once in a while, I have someone ask me about sort of medieval pictures in a journal. So when I see books that kind of have that subject matter, I usually tuck it into my folder for sort of castles and dragons and knights in shining armor and fairy tales. Ooh, some of those pictures are kind of scary of Hansel and Gretel. Looks like some good pictures in here. Oh, the wicked stepmother. 7 dwarves. Snow White. Okay, 2 more. The Cat in the Hat Beginner Dictionary. I'm actually kind of hoping that this one, and too bad inside, I didn't look. Got a sticker. Get our heat gun, heat that up, and I bet we can get it off. I mentioned before about my father-in-law loved Dr. Seuss and always read to my girls, and my dad couldn't stand him. Well, I have a very large Dr. Seuss collection because of the fact that my father-in-law loved to read it, and so my girls learned to love him. Sorry, this book is so big you can't even see the whole thing. Okay, hold on. Let me get rid of these. Okay, let's try that again down here. Anyway, I really am hoping this is good because I think I'd like to add it to my collection rather than cutting it up. And I'd never seen it before. It's a dictionary for kids with all the illustrations from P.D. Eastman. He did a lot of the illustrating and writing for the Cat in the Hat books. They weren't all done by Dr. Seuss. Some were done by guys whose last name was Lessig. There were a few writers in those series of books that Dr. Seuss wrote, many of them, and then they were all called Cat in the Hat books. Yeah, this is fun. Oh, there's one page that's ripped, I think, and one little coloring on this page too, but I don't know. We might give it a go. At least I'm aware of that it exists now, and so I can keep my eye out for another one. Do you like book flip throughs? Do you like to see, and then does that send you hunting on eBay for more books? Okay, here's the last one. Little Boy Blue. This is a Marigold Press book. Finger Plays, old and new. He has a very iconic, stylized look, and I'm going to guess 60s? 1966. I win a prize. Oh, I got the book. That's my prize. Oh, yeah, we got some coloring going on this page. Oh, sweet. Little Boy Blue. Oh, and the little illustrations of the finger play. Aren't those adorable? Oh, so cute. It's a good thing I'm going to be a grandma because I am ready to read some children's books to a little person again. These are precious. Very precious. I think this one's going to get saved in my collection despite the coloring. It's too cute. Yeah, my husband and I were sitting the other morning chatting about our storage space for junk journaling and my little studio area. We have a tiny house, for those of you who haven't heard that before. And so I mostly have a storage barn where I keep all my file cabinets of junk journaling supplies. And I said, I think we need to redo a wall in the house somehow and make it a place where I can bring my children's books in that are in storage since my girls were little and put them in a bookcase on a wall, because I'm not going to want to traipse to the barn every time I read a book to my grandchild. So our wheels are turning. We're going to work something out with that. You do the best you can when you live in a little space, and at this point in our life, close to retiring and such, we are not interested in something bigger. Well, thanks for coming along today with my book finds. I hope you'll post if you find some good deals, and it doesn't have to be at a thrift store. It can be at Walmart or a yard sale, an estate sale, Dollar Tree, wherever you find something fun that you are excited about. Go ahead and share it with us. These videos seem to do very well, and people really like to see what you buy. It's mind-boggling to me. So, but I enjoy watching a lot of your Thrifty Thursday videos too. So I guess I can understand. Well, take care. Have a wonderful upcoming weekend, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.